I want to share with you some more points about how to escape the matrix. First of all, the matrix on Earth is a sub-matrix of a larger one that includes other star races outside Earth, and that one in turn is also a smaller sub-matrix of an even larger one, and so on. Each one with their unique rules and attributes, but also having most elements in common with the larger ones as well. As we've said before, there is a lot more humanity out here. What will define a matrix is the set of perception and reality forming agreements among the people who live in them. And all matrices are mental, created by thought and attachments to ideas. They are a direct creation of a set of limited concepts held by a much larger cosmic consciousness to call it somehow, and expressed through the holographic fragments of such consciousness, and those fragments are the people, the creatures that live in it, who are also the whole. The so-called physical body is just a manifestation of the intention of whoever owns it, and of that larger consciousness, and it is only an illusion, however insistent it may be. But what is real anyway? In my opinion, the experience a soul is having is what is real, so reality becomes something specific to each soul having an experience, and not something fixed and imposed in an inflexible way upon those souls. Defining a soul as a set of concepts based on basic duality of being something and not something else. An idea and an attachment of that larger cosmic consciousness, deciding from which point to what other point it will be a soul, someone. And those points could include its memory, its awareness and perception of the agreements it has, and its experience, which is not the same as simple memory. So, in order to escape the matrix, you must free your mind, as it is well said in the 1999 movie, The Matrix. You cannot take for granted anything at all. You must forget everything you have learned to be hard truth and realize there aren't any. You must start from a point of understanding and of awareness that nothing is real, nothing at all. Except you who is having the experience. Reality is a mental construct, not hard truth with fixed laws as earth science has so wrongly imposed on humanity for so long. The entire universe is made of consciousness and the ideas it holds dear. Therefore, if any one or another bit of information is coming from official sources, chances are very high that it is unreal, false, and only a lie to manipulate the perception of the people. That's why news is always so catastrophic, because its real purpose is to keep you in fear, always thinking how to survive what they tell you is coming. Because there is always something horrible coming, but the overwhelming majority of times it is only a fat lie. Be cool, think, analyze, be critical and discard the unwanted. The more socially accepted and official something is, whatever it is, the more false and the more unreal it tends to be, and it most definitely is part of the matrix. You must develop critical thinking, and all the time. You must question everything, and develop the mental and strength of character to decide for yourself what is real for you and what is not. You must have the strength of spirit to create and defend your own reality in the face of all the people and forces that will try to drag you back into normality. This is not an easy path, and it is not for everyone. And it can only be yours and yours alone, so it is also a lonely path, but it is more than worth it. Because you are not only creating your personal reality and character, you are in fact building your own soul. Because you don't have a soul, you are a soul. And you are building it as you go along, lifetime after lifetime, and it will not be complete until you are that universal consciousness again. And even then you will continue to seek more expansion. And that is exactly what you are doing now in your present lifetime, because you already were that universal consciousness, and guess what? You still are it. You are only having that present life in physicality to seek more expansion. You made your own body in order to experience limitation, basically keeping you only within the white light and human sound perception range. Your body is limited, and only by agreements you yourself decided to hold. But you are not limited, you are the everything, and your mind and consciousness perception can expand forever. Therefore, from the point of view of who dies, there is no death. You only go back to who and what you were before, but you go back remembering all that, and you go back far more expanded, and with a lot more awareness than before. You must understand that you must develop the capacity to live in two realities at the same time while in one body. You must learn to live and function within the rules of the Earth matrix, and at the same time you must be faithful and congruent with your personal reality and set of belief systems. Your body and your official Earth identity are not who you really are. All over spiritual communities they are pushing the concept that you are not a body, you have a body, and that is only partially accurate, because your body is a physical manifestation and expression of all what defines you in a more expanded way. It is the materialization of all the concepts that you hold attachments to in the side of the ether, or on the spirit side, same thing. When the scientific method was said to appear on Earth, a few hundred years ago, the new scientists tended to disqualify everything that had to do with spirit and spirituality because they connected it directly with religion, and in favor of a materialistic and deterministic approach to observe and to study life and the world around them. Neglecting the body and taking it as something to escape from can be seen as the reverse to the scientific approach, and in my opinion it would also be wrong, because I do consider our bodies to be an expression and reflection of who we are, as seen with the lens of the so-called 3D Earth plane of existence. The body follows a DNA print that is a crystalline expression of pure memory, and the first step of the process of forming a group of concepts and attachments on the spirit side, to bring them into a denser, apparently more solid realm of existence. So DNA is also a very condensed and coded expression in the material world of who we are in the spirit side, and from where cells start to manifest our body, reflecting as best as possible what we truly feel represents us. Then, as I see and understand things to be, there is no material world, as it is only an illusion based on the limited range of perception our bodies can give us, with the intent of giving us an experience. There is only an etheric realm from where we chose to see and experience a small part, and how much we can see depends on our level of spiritual evolution. The more we perceive as part of ourselves, the more we accept everything to be part of oneself, and the more we make everything part of us, the more we can understand everything that surrounds us as well. So as we advance, we incorporate the capacity to process more and more data, and that will amount in us being able to perceive a so-called higher density of existence. The realization that we are not only our bodies, and that we not only are souls, but that everyone else, and even more that everything else, everything that exists is us as well, expands what we accept as our true identity. Love is the acceptance and the integration of whatever we love as part of who we are. The more capacity to love you have, the higher a density you can achieve to experience. Everything that exists, from a simple concept in your mind to people, and to objects, they all are you, because it is your unique perspective based on your personal experience what makes you interpret everything around you. So you are the one who is defining the outside world and not the other way round. You are the one who is decoding the field of potential energy and giving everything in it a meaning that is unique to you. And even though other people may apparently share the same interpretation, forming perception agreements, you will always have your very own based on what defines you as an individual. A soul is not an object, it is not even an energy strictly speaking. It is a group of concepts, attachments, and ideas that a larger consciousness holds dear. It is a range from one point to another within an infinite source of consciousness we can call the original source. We are a group of ideas and concepts in God's mind, and to which God has grown attachments to, using the word God in a rhetorical manner with no religious intent or meaning. Everything is a part of source consciousness, the good and the bad, what we don't want and what we do want. Everything defines us as individual souls with a unique point of view, with which we interpret the field of potential energy we are in, we are part of, and from where we form our idea, or our interpretation of what are called the material realms of existence. The material world is nothing more than another idea, and we experience it as a solid realm only because we hold perception agreements that sustain the illusion, and we hold them only because, and only when we are inside a physical identity we consider to be solid matter, our bodies. With no body, we immediately lose those perception agreements and their frames, so we expand to remember who we truly are, and who we have always been. There is no death, only the realization of the eternal you, who you have always been, and we've lived and died many times before, because this is not the only material life we've experienced. There would only be death from the experimental point of view of the expectations of who is dying, and of all those people who experience the loss of the loved one who has passed on. Do not fear your personal death, for it is only the fear of it, and fear of the apparently unknown what makes you suffer. Death is a predator with no teeth, and only another illusion. When you pass on, you are only returning to who you truly are, and you do not lose your concept and your perception of identity. You are only returning home and in great relief. And all your loved ones that have passed on before you are not destroyed either, and you will see them again, because they are not gone and they cannot be gone and away from you, because they are you as well, because you love them, and the separation between their identity and yours is only illusory, and it also continues in the spirit side. We are all part of the greater whole, of source consciousness. We truly cannot be apart from each other, and the faster humanity realizes this, the more peaceful it will be, for all its troubles and schisms are the result of the illusion of separation, and of the illusion that their present material life is all what exists. Humanity's problems could be defined as being caused by the illusion that matter is all there is, therefore creating a materialistic and deterministic way of interpreting existence that will inevitably breed egocentrism, greed, and the experience of separation. It breeds an extreme form of duality. Your body is an expression of your former ideas, concepts, and attachments manifested into an illusory material world. You are not only a body, and your body is also you. So don't neglect it, love, respect and honor it, take care of its needs and talk to it. Do not exchange immediate pleasure and dopamine-based temporary rewards for your body's health. Taking care of your body is not being egocentric. Taking care of yourself is not being self-centered, because you cannot see to the needs of others, and you cannot help others if you are not well in every aspect of yourself, in health, and in good spirit. It is never too late to start to take care of your body and of yourself. All bodies are beautiful and deserve your respect and your care. I know you want to share with others all you know, but please remember this so-called awakening, for lack of better words, is not for everyone, so your escaping the matrix is, or can be, a lonely path. But there are many other people who think like you. You are not alone, remember that. Have and cherish your like-minded friends, but follow no one, and be your greatest hero. I'm sending a lot of love your way, with a few tears in my eyes as I write these words. Take care, you beautiful, wise and strong Starseeds out there. Mari Swa.